Mochizuki Touya. We don't really know much about him before his untimely death, except his name, of course. At just 15 years old, Touya accidentally meets his end through a lightning strike, sent by none other than God himself. Surprised, God appears before Touya, who is shockingly calm despite his sudden demise. In an effort to make amends, God offers Touya a second chance and opportunity to be resurrected into a new, magical world. Before embarking on this journey, Touya is asked to make one wish. Now, if it were up to me, I'd hope he'd ask for a baddie, a hellcat, or maybe a gazillion dollars. But a god-level power-up would also make sense, right? So, what does Touya request? Well, brace yourselves, he simply asks to bring his smartphone along to this new world.
Why are you gay?
That's right, folks, we've just witnessed the inner workings of a 15-year-old's mind. Unsurprisingly, God grants his wish, and Touya is sent off to begin his new life. One perk of Touya's peculiar request is that he can now call God directly. Pretty cool, huh? As Touya navigates the map on his smartphone, a merchant notices his unique clothing and offers to buy it. Realizing that he's now in a medieval world, Touya agrees, selling his clothes to the merchant for some quick cash. The merchant then directs him to an inn. On his way there, Touya encounters two girls, RIZZ and Linza, who are being harassed by some thugs. Luckily, God was kind enough to give Touya an extra boost in abilities, ensuring his survival. With his newfound strength, Touya easily defeats the bullies and hands the girls a gold coin in exchange for an item he confiscated from the thugs. RIZZ and Linza, who are twins, thank Touya for his help and guide him to the Silver Moon Inn, which happens to be where they live. After settling in, Touya joins the twins the next day to look for work. As they scan the job board, it becomes clear that Touya can't read the local language, nor does he have any weapons. The twins quickly fix this by getting him a sword and a guild membership card. Together, they hunt down ferocious beasts and earn some money for their efforts. After the hunt, Touya asks the twins to teach him how to read and use magic. The girls explain that one's magical abilities depend on their aptitudes, which can be tested using spell stones. Touya tests his aptitude with their help, and it turns out he can use the magic of all 6 elements, something that's never been seen before. The girls are understandably curious about who Touya really is, but he keeps his secret of being a reincarnated soul with direct contact with God to himself. Touya then tests the last stone, meant for null magic spells that fall outside the usual elemental categories, like RIZZ's fortification magic. When Touya uses the stone, it activates a portal, revealing that he possesses teleportation powers. Naturally, our boy Touya doesn't miss the opportunity to sneak a peek at the girls halfway through the portal. Can't say I blame him. Later that day, Touya uses his smartphone, which the girls describe as a strange existence, to look up the ingredients needed to make ice cream. After successfully preparing the dessert, the trio enjoys it together. On their next journey, they encounter a girl with a unique fighting style that Touya recognizes as the way of the samurai. After helping her out of a tough spot, she introduces herself as Yae. Over lunch, Yae shares that she's heading to the royal capital to hone her skills. RIZZ invites Yae to join them since they're heading in the same direction, but poor Touya worries that their food expenses might skyrocket. Turns out Yae has a petite body but the appetite of an ogre. As they travel to the capital, Touya experiments with new spells using a spellbook given to him by Linza. When he casts a spell that heightens his senses, he detects the scent of blood ahead and alerts the group. They skillfully take down a lizard army and capture the man responsible for summoning them. With Touya's new knowledge of spells, he saves Lady Sushi's butler from a life-threatening arrow wound. The group is then invited to escort Sushi to the royal capital. Upon arrival, they receive a grand welcome from Sushi's father at the palace. Over tea, he reveals that Sushi has been traveling to find a cure for her mother's blindness. RIZZ, Linza, and Yae encourage Touya to use his null magic to restore Sushi's mother's sight. Though reluctant at first, Touya eventually agrees, and her vision is miraculously restored. In gratitude, Sushi's father rewards the group with 400 platinum coins, equivalent to 40 million yen. Yae decides to continue traveling with Touya, and the girls warmly welcome her into the group and the guild. The next day, while exploring the town for supplies, they come across a young demi-human girl named Alma, who has been separated from her group. It seems Touya's real job isn't just hunting monsters, but also helping lost girls in every episode. Using the map on his smartphone and his null magic, Touya reunites Alma with her sister so they can resume their shopping. Touya's smartphone and powers also allow him to introduce the addictive game of shogi to the inn. Later, when they visit Sushi's home after a successful job hunt in the royal capital, Touya uses null magic to search for historic artifacts and is led to a dungeon with mysterious inscriptions. In their quest for treasure, they inadvertently unleash a dangerous beetle monster. Just when the creature seems unbeatable, Touya devises a clever plan to defeat it. He then hands over his findings on the inscriptions to Sir Alfred, Sushi's father, who believes they could unlock the secrets of the kingdom. Sir Alfred now fully trusts Touya, and during a carriage ride, he confides in him that the king has been poisoned. Touya rushes to the king's side just in time to heal him with null magic, bringing relief to everyone, including the maid Charlotte and the young princess. Oh my goodness, not one but two girls. Touya's charisma game is next level. I mean, who wouldn't want Charlotte to look at them like that? It turns out that Alma's sister is suspected of being involved in the poisoning, but Touya is determined to prove her innocence. Using his null magic, he reveals that the king's glass was laced with poison by Count Balsa. Impressed by Touya's actions, Princess Yamina expresses her admiration and chooses him as her prince, the future king of the kingdom. On their next mission, Yamina uses summoning magic to call upon wolves for assistance. Touya, intrigued, asks Yamina to teach him the skill. When he attempts the spell, he summons a heavenly beast, the White Monarch. The beast, impressed by Touya's divine powers, forms a pact with him and disguises itself as a small pet, much to the delight of the girls who find it adorable. Kahaku, the White Monarch, is excited for his first mission, but the girls are less enthusiastic. They're up against slimes that melt and absorb clothes, a scene Touya has only fantasized about. Following instructions from a book, they encounter various types of slimes, including some that absorb the girls' clothing halfway, giving Touya some unexpected and, shall we say, pleasing views. The girls change into plain clothes, and as they continue to explore, they come across bust-shaped slimes, the skeleton of a slime researcher, and slimes that mimic the girls' naked forms. This temple might as well be called the Den of Perverts because, wow. Eventually, they burn down the place, ridding it of all slimes. Kahaku requests to see the village, and Touya takes him on a tour of the city. While walking with Ye, they find a lost child. Seriously, what is it with Touya and lost children? With his smartphone and null magic, they return the child to her mother. During lunch, Ye confesses that she misses her brother and sees a lot of him in Touya. Later, Touya accidentally catches a glimpse of Linza's underwear and tries to act normal, but the next second, she's bursting into his room, requesting his help to learn a new spell. Although the spell seems difficult at first, Touya's guidance helps her master it. Touya takes Elle shopping for new equipment after she damages her armor in battle. On their way, Els is captivated by a gown on display, and Touya encourages her to buy it. The girls compliment Els' new outfit, and Yamina reads a letter inviting Touya to the royal palace to receive a knighthood title. Big moves, Touya, really big moves. I mean, how lucky can one guy get? As it turns out, instead of a knighthood, Touya is gifted a massive mansion and a cash reward for his heroism. He humbly accepts and invites the girls to live there as a family. While Touya and Kahaku enjoy the garden outside, Els, Linza, and Ye wonder if they're truly welcome in a mansion that was clearly given to Touya for his bride, Yamina. After Touya reassures them, they begin preparing for a secret plan. Touya is introduced to the workers sent by the king to maintain the mansion. When Sir Alfred and Sushi visit, Sir Alfred brings up an issue concerning two kingdoms, Belfast and Misfed, that will require Touya to travel to the latter. Touya accepts the mission, naturally, and sets off with his escorts. During the journey, Touya and the girls pass the time playing games in the carriage. That evening, they sit around a campfire when one of the demi-human escorts senses approaching footsteps and alerts everyone. With Touya's null magic, he paralyzes the bandits surrounding them, and they are quickly apprehended. The group soon notices that Lion has feelings for Olga, Alma's older sister, and they all put on a show to help him get her a nice gift before continuing their journey. As they travel, Kahaku and Touya sense a dark presence stalking the kingdom but are unable to identify its source. Hours later, their journey is interrupted when a dragon attacks a nearby village. As the dragon wreaks havoc, the escorts evacuate the villagers while Touya and Linza, riding on Kahaku, lead the dragon away from the village to an open field. Now, the heroes face their most formidable enemy yet, a colossal dragon and a burning village. How will Touya overcome this monstrous threat? Find out in part 2. That wraps up today's recap. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you'd like to see part 2 of this recap. Bye, and thanks for watching. See you next time.